Many gardeners are astonished when they first try this simple method. They see a patch of weedy, tired ground transform into rich, dark soil in just a few weeks. The usual struggle with digging and weeding simply vanishes. Instead, they witness their plants growing with more strength and vitality than ever before. This isn't magic, it is simply working with nature. By combining two humble materials, cardboard and manure, we create the perfect conditions for soil life to thrive, and that life does most of the gardening work for us. It is a profound shift in thinking, moving away from battling the soil to feeding it. Cardboard is a special material for the garden, and its benefits go far beyond just covering the ground. It acts as a light-proof barrier, which is the key to stopping weeds. Without sunlight, even the most persistent weeds like bindweed and couchgrass cannot photosynthesize and eventually die back. But cardboard does more than that. It is made of carbon, a crucial food source for soil fungi and bacteria. As it slowly breaks down, it feeds these microorganisms, encouraging a healthy and diverse soil food web. The cardboard also helps to insulate the soil, protecting it from extreme temperatures and keeping it wonderfully moist underneath. When you place manure under the cardboard, you create a unique environment that accelerates the composting process right in your garden bed. Normally, fresh manure is too strong for plant roots and can burn them, but under the dark, damp cover of cardboard, it behaves differently. The moisture trapped by the cardboard allows soil organisms to move into the manure safely. Earthworms, in particular, find this layered setup irresistible. They travel up from the soil below to feast on the manure, pulling its nutrients down and mixing them into the earth, creating rich channels and improving soil structure as they go. The secret to this method's success lies in the perfect balance of carbon and nitrogen. All compost, and indeed all life, needs this balance. The cardboard provides a huge source of carbon, which is the energy food for soil microbes. The manure, on the other hand, is rich in nitrogen, which provides the protein for these tiny organisms to grow and multiply. When you layer them, you are essentially building a compost pile in place. This soil sandwich encourages an explosion of microbial activity. The microbes consume both materials, breaking them down and converting them into stable humus, the dark, crumbly, and incredibly fertile soil that every gardener dreams of. Within the first week of laying down manure and cardboard, incredible changes begin to happen just below the surface. You might not see much on top, but the soil beneath is buzzing with activity. The moisture from the manure, now trapped by the cardboard layer, activates dormant microbes and signals to earthworms that a feast has arrived. These creatures immediately go to work. The warmth generated by the decomposing manure creates a perfect incubator for this burst of life. This initial surge of activity is what kickstarts the entire process of soil transformation, turning compacted or lifeless ground into a thriving ecosystem far faster than traditional composting methods. This method is one of the most effective ways to control weeds without any digging or pulling. The cardboard layer forms an impenetrable barrier to sunlight. Weeds stored as seeds in the soil cannot germinate in the darkness. Existing weeds, deprived of light, use up their energy reserves trying to grow and then wither away. Their decaying roots then become food for the soil life you are nurturing. This process not only eliminates the current season's weeds, but also weakens the weed seed bank for years to come. You are not just covering the problem, you are actively solving it by changing the soil conditions to favor your plants, not the weeds. One of the most immediate and visible benefits is moisture retention. The cardboard acts like a sponge, soaking up rain or water from your hose and preventing it from evaporating quickly on a sunny or windy day. This layer of trapped moisture is vital. It keeps the manure damp, allowing it to break down properly, and it ensures the soil organisms have a consistently hospitable environment to live and work in. For the gardener, this means less time spent watering. Your plants will be more resilient during dry spells because the soil beneath them holds a reservoir of water, protecting their roots from drought stress and promoting steady, healthy growth. During this initial phase, the nutrients in the fresh manure begin a crucial transformation. Raw manure contains high levels of ammonia and other compounds that are too potent for delicate plant roots. However, under the cardboard, the vast army of bacteria, fungi, and earthworms starts to process these nutrients. They digest the raw organic matter, breaking down the volatile compounds and converting them into stable, slow-release forms. This is nature's safety mechanism. The microbes essentially pre-digest the manure, making it safe and readily available for your plants when you are ready to put them in the ground a few weeks later. Patience is key, but you do not have to wait long. The transformation from raw materials to plant-ready soil is remarkably quick. It is best to wait about 3 to 4 weeks before planting transplants like tomatoes or courgettes. This gives the soil life enough time to break down the strongest components of the manure, and for the initial heat of decomposition to subside. For direct sowing of seeds, it is wise to wait a little longer, perhaps around 6 weeks. By then the very top layer of soil will be beautifully crumbly and full of gentle, stable nutrients, creating a perfect seedbed for new life to begin its journey. This technique is often more effective than simply spreading finished compost on your beds. While compost is fantastic, the manure under cardboard method builds fertility right where you need it. You are feeding the existing soil food web in place, rather than just adding a new layer on top. The earthworms and microbes do the work of integrating the new organic matter deep into the soil profile, improving its structure from the bottom up. This in-place composting process also retains more nutrients that can sometimes be lost to the air or leached out of a traditional compost heap, delivering more goodness directly to your future plants. You can easily adapt this method for growing in containers, which often suffer from depleted soil after a single season. To rejuvenate a large pot, simply remove the top few inches of old potting mix, add a layer of well-rotted manure, then cover it with a piece of cardboard cut to fit the container's shape. Water it well and leave it for a few weeks when you're ready to plant, you can cut a hole in the cardboard and add your transplant with a bit of fresh compost. The old soil below will be revitalized by the nutrients leaching down from the manure, creating a much healthier, growing environment for the new season. Let us take a simple example with pepper plants. In a bed prepared this way, you would wait 4 weeks, then cut an X in the softened cardboard. Pull back the flaps, and you will find dark, moist, and worm-filled soil. Add a small handful of multi-purpose compost into the hole, and place your small pepper plant inside. The plant's roots will immediately have access to the moisture held by the cardboard and the gentle nutrients in the soil. As the plant grows, its roots will venture deeper, finding the rich food source from the decomposed manure, leading to stronger growth, healthier leaves, and a more abundant harvest of peppers. The benefits of this method extend far beyond a single growing season. Each time you apply a layer of cardboard and manure, you are adding a substantial amount of organic matter to your soil. This builds topsoil year after year, improving its structure, water-holding capacity, and fertility. The soil becomes darker, spongier, and more resilient. You are creating a savings account of fertility. This long-term investment means your garden becomes progressively easier to manage. Plants become more resistant to pests and diseases because they are growing in a living, balanced soil that provides them with all the nutrition they need, exactly when they need it. Over time, you will notice a fundamental shift in the health of your garden ecosystem. The consistent supply of organic matter supports a huge diversity of life, from microscopic bacteria to beneficial fungi, insects, and, of course, a thriving population of earthworms. This biodiversity is the cornerstone of a resilient garden. A healthy soil food web helps to suppress soil-borne diseases and pests naturally, reducing the need for any chemical interventions. Your garden becomes a self-regulating system, where nature's own checks and balances keep things in harmony. This is the ultimate goal of no-dig gardening, creating a garden that largely takes care of itself. This approach redefines our relationship with the garden. It is not about finding a lazy shortcut, but about finding a smarter way to work. By understanding and facilitating natural processes, we achieve better results with less physical effort. The hard work of tilling, digging, and constant weeding is replaced by the gentle acts of feeding the soil and observing its growth. This is intelligent gardening. It saves your back, saves you time, and creates a far healthier environment for your plants and the wildlife that visits your garden. It is a partnership with nature rather than a battle against it. I encourage you to try this method on a small patch of your garden. The results speak for themselves. Witnessing tired, weedy ground turn into a fertile plant-ready bed without lifting a spade is a truly rewarding experience. It connects you more deeply to the life in your soil and shows what is possible when we let nature lead the way. This is more than just a technique. It is a technique. It is a philosophy that builds health from the ground up, creating a garden that is not only productive but also sustainable and full of life for many years to come. Start small, and let the soil show you what it can do.